So I used to make a living off of selling records when you had to go to the store and buy records. But then in 2004, it occurred to me, they're making MP3s now, and MP3s can be copied by anybody that can email them. And that was kind of the demise of my being able to live off of my records. That was the end of that. And I wound up doing cover gigs, like at the Jersey Shore, where I would be doing, like, people would come up to me and go, you know any Bruce Springsteen? And I'd go, why, does he know any of mine? And they'd go, huh? What the hell did we get ourselves into?
I mean, so over the years, as you brought up Donovan and Cheap Trick and Aerosmith, you've toured with them. What was it like going on the road and touring with these bands?
Oh boy. With Aerosmith, it was 70s, late 70s. I had the disco record that was a hit all over the East Coast. But Steven Tyler, he was getting huge with Aerosmith. And I was in LA, and Steve saw me in the lobby of, I think it was the L'Ermitage Hotel or something. And I saw him, and we both pointed at each other just before the elevator door closed. But all I saw was, Ma! Which was supposed to be Mark. He got off at the second floor, comes running down the spiral staircase. He's like, what the hell are you doing here? I mean, talk about being at the right place at the right time, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said, man, we're looking for keyboard and vocals. You want to come join the band? I'm like, this is like the third to last day of the Donovan tour, which is why I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking forward to go home. He's like, well, we're not going out for 2 or 3 months. He's like, and he looks at me. He's like, we got our own plane. And I'm like, I hate flying.
Wow.
I'll let you write some of the songs. And I said, when do I leave? Got me. I'll let you write some of the songs. Fast forward 2 years later, some morning we wrote something called Bluebird, I think. 2 years into me touring with them. The only time we ever came close to writing anything together. But at the time, I was 20 and touring with Aerosmith. I'm all over the country. I think I'm going home. You know, like when you're a kid and you're waiting for the school bell to ring? So the analogy that I would be drawing is like you can't wait most of the days for the bell to ring. And then we get to be like a week before the tour was over. I'm like, wow, that's the equivalent to 5 minutes before the bell's going to ring. Just one more week and I get to go home. I've been on the road for 10 months with these guys, playing keyboards that you can't really hear. So I had to play the top of the keyboard to get past the noise. I mean, guitars. About a week before the tour was supposed to end, we would have a meeting with the manager, and the manager would go, well, you know, the thing is going so great, and we're selling out everywhere. We just added 6 more weeks. Every time it was about a week, I would be frantic that their manager was going to have a meeting, and it almost always happened. So 10 months would turn into a year or 3 months of touring and doing the same song. When you're touring with a major band, every day is the same, but only some of the scenery changes. So my parents actually called me one night from somewhere, and I'm just out there floating around and touring and doing the same shows every night. And of course, when you're touring with a major band and you pull into somewhere like Boston or Detroit or Los Angeles, because you're in the town, everybody in town wants to party with you. So after the shows, the parties would last because of a certain white powder way up until around like 6 a.m. And then we'd have to get on a plane at 10 a.m. every single day.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Sound check 3 p.m., show 8 p.m. Party starts 11 p.m., goes on to 6 a.m., get up 10 a.m., get on the plane, go to the next town, sound check at 3 p.m., like that, over and 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 over.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so my parents called me and they were like, where are you? And I was like, I don't know. I'll have to check my itinerary. What date is it? And they would say, like, it's May 21st. And I go, apparently I'm in Idaho.
Wow.
Your question was, what was it like?
Yes. Yes. You did.
That's all I
I asked.
And I told
So-
them what it was like.
Yeah. She did.
Yeah. So you also perform a lot of your own songs. Do you have any like favorite solo songs you've written?
Oh, sure. Well, obviously, Some Good Things Never Last, because that was recorded by Barbra Streisand and Barry Manilow and 62 other people on YouTube. There's one of mine called I Was Justin Bieber Way Before He Was.
Oh, yeah.
And that is on YouTube. At the time, YouTube was just forming, and people were trying to figure out ways to get people to watch their YouTube videos. During that week, Justin Bieber was getting so many hits on so many views on his new song.
Yeah.
That my smart aleck idea was if I put the words Justin Bieber in my title and people click on YouTube for Justin Bieber, it could possibly come up. I was Justin Bieber way before he was, because I was.
Yeah. How about Mark Radice?
Mark Radice?
Yeah. Well, how you pronounce it? Radice?
Radice. I would say
Radice.
Radice too,
So
yeah.
I'm trying to look.
I would say that was Radice.
Yeah,
Is it-
Radice. R-A-D-I-C. He did not chart. He did not chart anything.
So
So okay,
So
we
we
can
could-
truly rate this record.
we could rate this one.
Here you go. Here he is. What was his name again?
I see the young girls got the fever. I don't know why they do that. I saw it with the Beatles, like some kind of massive female heat wave. Can someone please explain it? What makes him better than the boy right next to him? And why would millions of girls freak out? The pack mentality is scary as hell. Well, I was Justin Bieber way before he was, except that I was better. He only plays drums sort of okay, but I wrote and played everything. It's true that I was Justin Bieber way before he was, 'cause I was 8 years younger. But I had a manager that really sucked, and that's why nobody ever heard of me. Could have been that nobody could say my last name. R-A-D-I-C, Radice, is that so hard? It also might have something to do with the fact that I'm generally faded about, and everybody learns to hate me eventually. Could have been that brutal honesty, or the fact that I never stopped talking about myself. The song's supposed to be about Bieber Boy, but instead I turned it all around, so it's all about me again. But still, I've written 5,000 songs, I'm not kidding. But I'm not young or cute anymore. Plus I never figured out how to sell them, unless maybe if I bring attention to myself on YouTube. Because I was Justin Bieber way before he was. Plus I was 8 years younger. But I had a manager that really sucked, and that's why nobody ever heard of me. I'm telling you, I was Justin Bieber way before he was. Justin Bieber's really just me again, but with a better manager.
You know, it was wonderful to work with Kevin as Elmo. It was wonderful to be in New Jersey and working on a new Sesame Street song, and at the same time I'd had the TV on, and I would hear something that I wrote a month before, as a songwriter that working with Sesame Street that they're playing in over 100 countries, and whatever it is that you're writing, you can only get like 2 minutes for a song, right? So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, you want me to add another verse to this song and make it shorter? So I sent them back. It sounded like this. They call me back. What the hell is this? And I'm like, that's what you asked me for.
So I'm kind of curious. Do you have any like favorite performing locations?
I played Madison Square Garden 3 times, which is kind of cool.
Wow.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, once with Donovan, twice with Aerosmith.
What?
Nice.
It was amazing to me to be 20 years old and at my 3rd time at 20 in the garden.
Yeah.
You know, that's cool. And then there's I played in Philadelphia one night. Now it's amazing because I played for 50,000 people that I couldn't see night after night after night after night after night for years. And then my dad showed up at a show in Philadelphia, and all of a sudden I was 7 years old again, and I was making mistakes I didn't know I could make. My dad was in the audience, so I'm like, he's watching my every move. 50,000 other people that had no idea who I am, but I'm like all of a sudden nervous wreck. So 50,000 people means nothing, but my father, I'm like, oh man, it should have been a B flat. I'm thinking in my head. Another time I played was a California Jam with Aerosmith, and that was 250,000 people. And we were going to be late, and we realized we were going to be late. So somebody called helicopters. So they took us out of the limos, put us in helicopters, and we landed 20 feet behind the stage.
Wow.
I got out of the helicopter, and I'm looking at the sea of 250,000 people in front of me. And I played one note on the keyboard, and it went ding, 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 off into space. And I looked at my finger, and I said, did we just do that?
Hardcore people, same last lane. One more shot will ease the pain. Said they were coming, did not show. We sat in a circle and we finished on the blow. All gone. One more line to make it right. Raise the rock sounds fine.
Wow.
Oh.
Sing and Spell, which you can find on Tubi TV, if you know what that is.
Yeah.
Tubi TV.
Yeah.
If you go to Tubi Kids, there's a thing called Sing and Spell, and I'm like
Okay.
7 cartoon characters. They made me a cartoon character. They made me 7 cartoon characters. I'm Seymour Trax. My country guy is Luke Warmwater, and he sounds like this. And today we're going to talk about the letter X.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, go. This is your favorite TV show. Tell every single one you know the singing spell is on. Run and get the other kids. They're gonna really flip their lids when they find out the singing spell is on. Right now, sing and spell, sing and spell, sing and spell. Now say it 7 times. Sing and spell, 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 sing and spell.
We haven't really touched on Cheap Trick, which, for once, was a totally, completely happy experience. I have to say, it was a great pleasure to meet a band that I was a fan of and be able to write for them.
Oh, that's nice.
No.
Hmm.
As it turned out, Cheap Trick used to open for Aerosmith. So
Mhm.
once again, being in the right place at the right time. Rick Nielsen put 2 and 2 together because I met him and the band while I was touring with Aerosmith, and they got wind of me being a songwriter, and we would sit in the hotel rooms and play songs back and forth to each other and stuff like that. And Rick really liked my writing. So when Epic informed him, we're thinking
Nice.
you need to get a hold of a professional songwriter for the next record, Rick called me. I was wondering if you'd come up to Rockford, Illinois. I said, absolutely. I've loved you guys for years. So I got on a plane. I went to Rick's house. He brought out a shoebox. They just made a ton of money from Live at Budokan. Rick brought out a shoebox with a bunch of house keys. And then he gave me a piece of paper with addresses. He's like, take one of these houses to live in for 2 months. I went to about 4 or 5 houses, and I finally picked one. About 40 days in a row, around 8 p.m., the whole band would show up in the basement and hang out. It was kind of like a party. And I just got to meet each individual member of Cheap Trick, and I'm like, what do you want Cheap Trick to sound like next? And at first, they were very standoffish because, like, man, we gotta use another right. But they loved what I was doing, but it wasn't them, you know. So I knew I kept working on it for a few 4 or 5 days, and then eventually I could hear them talking in the corner. You know, I really like this one spot here. Even if they're not talking to me about it, but if they're talking about it, I'm onto something.
Not sleeping and time won't lose. You can't win, 'cause time can't lose. So stop what you do. Start on something new. Don't be hypnotized. Don't start thinking with your eyes. I don't know why you mean that much to me. You don't know what it feels like loving you. We all know that change is good for you. That's alright. Gotta do what you gotta do anyway. All I want is a place in your heart to fall into. All I need is someone to love, and tonight it's you. Tonight it's you. Tonight it's you. Tonight it's you. Tonight it's you.
Oh, and I do also, because I forgot to bring it up, but I do want to quickly mention that yesterday before we did the interview, I watched that performance of the song you wrote, Thank You Teachers. That was a
Okay.
great one.
Thank you, teachers. That was it's like I'm working with Peter, Paul, and Elmo. Mary's not feeling too well, and it's just gonna be Peter, Paul, and Elmo. We need a song, teacher appreciation song. So I wrote it. They loved it. I went into New York City. I actually met with Peter and Paul and Elmo at Peter and Paul's
Oh, awesome.
in New York. And we rehearsed it. It was very surreal because I grew up with Peter, Paul, and Mary being 180 years old. But they had a song called Puff the Magic Dragon.
Ah, yes.
Dragon.
Classic.
I thought,
Yeah.
which I thought at the time was a reference to the green leafy substance. But so my first thought was just give thank you teachers that feel.
Thank you, teachers, thank you for showing all of us the way, being kind and helpful and making us who we are today. Thank you, teachers, thank you for helping all of us to learn, for being strong and guiding us along all the pages that we turn, all the pages that we turn. Thank you, teachers,